Alright guys, Gary back again. Obviously my throat has returned to normal so I can actually speak this week, which is good. I was going to do first video on Springer or Sandstorm, either of them, but something turned up in the post the other day and I think it's pretty cool. And it's this, which is the Maketoys Combiner Series AXLE, aka Not Groove. I think it's a pretty good figure. This is the box. Got nice shiny, horribly I mean, look at that. You can see my camera in the reflection. Horribly shiny box. Some nice packaging. That's the back of him. There's him in some poses. There's him looking all stern. But it's cool. It's my first Maketoys figure. I'll be honest, quite happy with it. So, going to shut this camera down, going to move over to the table and show you the figure. See you in a sec. And here he is. This is Axel, and he looks really nice. Yeah, I mean, look at it. So you can tell his alt mode is a motorcycle. He's got a little bit of a backpack there, but you can't really break that down anymore. Oh, I've moved his chest. There we go. Let's start top to bottom. Obviously, let's start the head. There it is. I really like this face. It looks like that his eyes should be light piping, but there's not actually any on him. That's alright. From the side, if you can catch the light, that looks quite impressive. Obviously, he does have a really long neck. Long and spindly. But if you kind of lean it forward slightly, it's not too noticeable. I don't really think that's a bad point, but, you know, that's pretty cool. His head does... Oh, God, what have I done? Oh, no. His head does a full 360 degrees. He can look up that much. And he can look down quite a bit. Not quite sure why he'd want to be staring at his own chest, but, you know, it's quite nice. The arms are nice. They've got a nice 360 degree turn if you don't clip the handlebars. They can go out that much, which is also nice. Ta-da! I've got to remember, I'm trying to look at this through the camera and not with my own eyes. He has a... Oh, actually helps if I grab the right bit. Upper arm swivel, which, providing you don't catch this bit, goes all the way round, or most of the way round. Elbows. And a wrist swivel. He's got a little bit of waist movement. So I can do that, and that. Legs can actually kick to the side quite nicely. Doesn't do a great job of balancing though, unless you kind of... Not even a... Yeah, it doesn't do a great job of balancing on one leg, but I'm not really going to pose him on one leg. There we go, leg. Doesn't go back too far because the support is there. Does go forward quite a bit, so if you can get him to stand on one leg, you can give a mighty boot to someone. Ankles, he's got a little bit of a roll, so he can get some nice impressive kind of stances going on there. But overall, I think his robot mode's quite nice. Let's get him stood back up again. Scale-wise, I tell you what, let's take the gun out. Scale-wise, this is him stood with Combiner Wars drag strip. So he's a little bit taller. Not by much, but I think by a head. So yeah, him and Masterpiece 10 there. Kind of alright. So yeah, give you an idea of the size. And here's him with Generations Sandstorm, which is one of my favourite Generations figures at the moment. Give you an idea. Actually, sort of in scale. Obviously, he is Groove of the Protector Bots, so that means that he eventually will make the leg of Defensor, or in this case, Maketoys Guardia. I won't do what he looks like in leg mode, just because going from the instructions, I need Vulcan, which is Maketoys hotspot. So I'll show you his out mode. And it's relatively simple. I did have a few problems. But the first thing you're going to want to do is... Actually, I didn't point this out. I really like how his chest piece kind of looks like the Autobot logo. But what we're going to do is you're going to pop the side of the gas tank, or the petrol tank down. And you're going to pop the other side of the petrol tank down. And they go together quite nicely. What you're then is going to turn it to the side. And you're going to pull on the upper body while pulling back on the legs. And that's going to slide this bit out. Pop the seat up. Pop this bit out and round. Come down to the legs. And you're going to unclip this side here. And that's on a ball joint, so you flip it out. And flip it out, turn it round. Should have actually turned that round 2. You're going to bend the knee back a little bit so that the join there comes out. And then you're going to push there, which pushes a little tab through the saddlebag. That will then clip into there, and then do the same on the other side. Bend back, squeeze a little bit further, and then pop on. Going to flip the feet down. Bend the toes inwards, like that. And then you're going to grab hold of the hips and then rotate them up, like that. And then same on the other side. Actually, you can see it better from that angle. Trying to do this with a camera in your way is a little more difficult than I remember it being. Okay, so you're then going to keep pushing, until eventually they're going to be nice and flat in there, at which point you can tab the thighs in, then line up the feet, tab those in, tab the wheel together. Okay. Get this little bit here. This actually slides into this groove here. And I find the best way is to tilt the feet down a little bit so that that actually slides in nicely. And of course I'm not going to be able to do it in front of camp. There we go. So there you go, that clips into there, that keeps all of that nice and tight. These grey bits then flip up and then you tab them onto there. So there's a little tab there which goes into that hole. Push. You're then going to want to raise the handlebars raise that up like that. I always find the head gets a little bit tight. Tuck that in there. That pops up like that, goes round, and then that goes over the head. The front wheel slides out to there. Then straighten up the feet, and then they'll only go in one way, so you where are you? There you go. Fold it up. Fold it up. Rotate this side around that way. On the exhaust pipe you will find a tiny little notch in there, which the thumb actually fits in, so you rotate the hand 90 degrees. If you can. Again, this is a lot easier when the camera's not in the way. Like that. This bit kind of confused me for a bit, well, a couple of hours, because you push back and it feels like the elbow's not going to go any further. But then you push back even more, almost through fear of breaking it, and that locks in there. At which point, you're going to want to grab the shoulder, flip it down. You can see it all starts to slide in nicely. There is a little white tab there, a little silver tab there. There's holes on the inside of the forearm, and a hole just above that silver bit there, which I can't quite pick up on my camera. But trust me, it's there. And all of this is, in theory, going to slot together very nicely. So I'm going to take that off for a minute. Yeah. Is that right? That's not in. Push down. There we go. He's in. It's all clipped. So it can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not really anything to get that worked up about. So same on the other side, flip down, but with his right hand you're going to want to turn it and then flip it out. This side can get a little bit tricky. So if you don't turn it the right way, it rubs against that side of the wheel. So that's all nice and in. That can go up a little bit more. Last thing you're going to want to do is grab these side parts, and they flip out. Out and in. And then you're going to want to line up this silver bit so that it slots into his shoulder. Push that in there. It'll all hold together in a minute. So same again. Push, push, push. And then there's a little tiny tab in there that you just go that, and then it all in theory stay together like that. And then you can put the cover back on. Oop, dropped it. Yeah, there's that way. Can put the cover back on the exhaust. Again, camera in the way. And there he is. Like I say, I actually, oh, that's coming stuck. Actually, if we get the kickstart down, now this side's being a little bit of a bugger. That's okay. Right, so kickstart or kickstand goes down, and that's not part of the figure. That's actually part of my background. His gun then flips into that side, and there he is. That is his alt mode, and because my table is not quite level, it doesn't want to stand up. But yeah, I like that. That's really nice. The wheels, actually this is not a good surface to do that with, but the wheels do turn, and they actually do turn quite nicely. But yeah, Axle in bike mode. I got, like I said, that one little scuff is just on that cover there, and that's a little bit noticeable for me. Overall, I really do like this figure. It's got a nice, cute alt mode. It does go together pretty well generally. Okay, so the camera died at the worst possible second. So yeah, Axle in alt mode. Like I say, I really like him. I really like the detail. I love the little red flashy lights on the side. You can't actually, other than when you look underneath it and you can see one hand, there's not a great deal of his robot mode visible in this. And I think it's a really nice version of a bike. Yeah, I'm actually quite excited to see the rest of the series for Guardia. And like I say, I don't have any of the other parts from him in combined mode yet, so it's a little bit pointless turning him into a leg, because he is a leg. What I do like is that you can actually flip the gun onto each, or whatever side you want it to go on. I just think it looks better on that side. And on the gun you can see there's lots of ports and plugs, so I'm guessing with the other guys in the series this is going to form some combined weapon. But yeah, Maketoys Axle. I really like it. I got this from Kapow Toys. It is on sale at the moment. I got this for $37.99. Not sure how long that'll be on there for. Really looking forward to Rover, which I think is the Streetwise version. I know what I'm trying to say. My throat's getting a little sore, so I'm blaming that right now. But yeah, as always, if you liked this video, leave a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Is this a combiner that you're interested in? Hopefully I'll hear from you soon. And that's my neighbour coming in downstairs, so that's probably a good sign for me to stop talking, because they're probably going to start being loud. As always, I'm Gary, this was Hopeless Chatter, this is a Transformers figure, it's awesome. Until the next video, catch you later.